Okay, for the data frame in pandas, you can see that here we divide it into two columns, right? In the PM2.5, for each column we call it the data series. In the structure of the data frames, it contains the data series. Here you can see that for the our data frame in PM2.5, there are two data series, that is the DT series and PM series. And both of them, you can see here, this is the index of each data. So guys, we have the data series here, the DT1. We have another data series, PM1, and we have the index. This is a structure of the data frame. So you can divide it into the series like this. You can select the series of the data frame using df and use a square bracket and the name of the data series. So this is the series of the date time, the DT1. Now you can see that the pandas will show in different format. For the data frame, it will have the data columns are here, it will have the index here, and they are in the boldface font. But for the data series, there are no header here. Can you see? We start with the index 0. So you have to be able to distinguish between the data frames and data series. And you can see here, the D type is the data type of the data frames. Here, the D type of this series is the object. That is actually they are the string. Okay. We have another way to call the series. You can using dot and followed by the name of the series here also. So you can use df.dt, and guys, this is df.pm. You can see that in some part of this series, it is hyphen. In this case, actually, it is the missing data from the sensor of PM2.5. In many part of the like in many other data, it used the NA, or it is null, but in this case, it is the hyphen. So the idea is you have to impute this data to be able to process the data. Okay, but the idea to impute it is you can use at first you can fill in with 0, you can fill in with -1, or sometimes we fill in with the means of the values. But you have to check the values that you want to fill in this missing data, and you have to check the meanings. For example, can you fill this data as 0? I think it's not correct, because if you fill this data by 0, it will mean like at that time, for example, um, at some like in 2019, 24th of January, maybe this is missing data on the index 1311 here. This is the missing one. So if you fill in with 0, it is like the meanings will be the PM2.5 at that time is 0. This is not correct, right? Sam, if you fill in with -1, the PM2.5 cannot be minus, right? Cannot be the negative values. So the idea, the best way is you have to fill in with the means of the data, but the mean is a little bit complicated, because you have to fill in the at like using the data, the means of the times of PM 2.5, like for 3 p.m. The means of the values of 3 p.m. at 3 p.m. Okay, yeah, and you have to fill that because maybe I think the PM values at each hour should have different values, because here the question is when should we go out for exercise. So it means that in our assumption in our mind is there are different values during the hour of in the day, right? So you may fill this data by using the means PM 2.5 of each hour, but it is very complicated. So the idea is quite simple, just remove it. Okay, so you have to check how many rows in this case. You can see that now there are 1,314 rows. So the best way is you have to check it first. So the idea is quite simple. You can slice the data using the condition of each series. For example, in this case, I'll show you this is the data frame that the condition of the PM 2.5 is not equal to hyphen. Oh, sorry, I'll check for the hyphen first. For the missing one first. Now, and I will select the data that the PM values is the hyphen. So, yes, I think there are not too many. Okay, so this one is the data rows that like PM 2.5 is missing, so that there are not so many, so we can remove it. The idea that we can use to remove is we will select the frame that the data is not equal to the hyphen one. So guys, now there are there are 1,228 rows. That easy, right? Very easy. So this is the way that we can slice the data. Okay, in this video clip, I'll conclude that now you can choose the series, you can slice the data, you can select the portion of the data by some condition using this statement. Okay, start with a square bracket and provide a condition. Okay, in the next video clip, I'll show you how can we create a new data series from the existing data series one. See you guys.